What is going on, you guys? It's your boy, Average Bob, on vacation. So, vacation Bob. Just watched the highlights of that Jets-Giants preseason game from last night. So, I'll give a couple of my thoughts here. Just a brutal performance, it looked like, from the Giants side of the ball. Tommy DeVito constantly running for his life. I think he was sacked 8 times. And in the highlights on the NFL YouTube channel, it was constantly either him getting sacked or escaping the pocket and running for his life. Now, I did see an interesting tweet from Jordan Renan, who was kind of discussing the Giants' offensive line, and John Michael Schmitz, who is supposed to be our starting center, second year after a disappointing rookie season, goes down with an ankle injury when he's been hurt all of camp. They played him in this game, the final third preseason game, to give him some live reps, some live rounds, and he goes down with an injury. The point of Renan's tweet is the scheduled starting offensive line has not played together a single snap in practice or in a single game environment, which is kind of crazy at this point in time when you think about going back to the days of, Eli, when you had great offensive lines. You had Snee, Seibert, Deal, O'Hara, McKenzie, and those days are completely gone. Where you can't even get guys to practice, let alone get to a game and play together. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they have to do and shuffle to, get ready in a short amount of time, because I don't think JMS's ankle is going to heal that well, even though he said it's fine. And then you have Evan Neal, who was a top 10 pick coming off of ankle surgery from last season when he was horrific. So he has no experience. I don't think they'll trust him to play in any way, shape, or form, considering he looked horrible in the highlights that I saw. Izudu, backup. He played a tackle last year, played a guard in this game, also looked horrible. So I think you're gonna see a lot of crafty old vets coming in here at the end of their time and trying to make plays, trying to start for this team on the offensive line, because there's young guys who can at this point. Also, the cornerbacks are a huge problem at this point in time for the Giants. Right now, all they have really is Banks, who is somewhat reliable, but Banks also, in year one from him, missed a ton of games in time, or he was checked out at halftime. So that was a position that I don't know if they deliberately ignored that on Hard Knocks because they didn't address it at all during that. Now you're kind of seeing it oh yeah, there is no second cornerback in a passing league, and when Banks eventually, just based on the data and his track record from year one, he's not gonna play every game. I don't know, if he's physical or strong enough to play in every game, or injury resistant to play 17 games in a season. So they have a lot of work to do at cornerback as well. I think they're going to be signing a lot of just getting bodies in here at this point if they didn't see what they liked in preseason, which I don't think they did. Where a lot of those other guys that they drafted later in drafts can't really be dependent on this point in time for it to be an NFL caliber secondary. And then my last point here is they have a lot of work to do over these next, over the next week and a half of getting, game ready to beat the Vikings. Luckily, you're playing the Vikings, who don't have a quarterback right now in week one, or Sam Darnold, but you don't think Sam Darnold wants to come out and come to MetLife Stadium and win and figure out any gritty possible way to get it done, because people are sleeping on the Vikings now. They lost Kirk Cousins. They re-signed Jefferson, but it's they're not what they were a couple years ago. So they have a lot to prove. And in the NFL, if you sleep on any team that you don't think should be good, you're going to get smacked in the face really badly, because I think the Giants could be setting themselves up for a long season of that again, especially if there's a rotating offensive line and no secondary, which I thought we were supposed to fix, and it doesn't look like we. O-line, TBD, they looked okay in one of the preseason games. But again, the whole collective group hasn't played together, but the cornerbacks, they could get easily lit up here. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of the Jets-Giants preseason game. Are preseason games even worth it anymore? I mean, I guess my take is, like, we went from 4 to 3 preseason games. No one... How, after, like, a month and a half, 2 months, rookie minicamp, full off-season, training camp, do you not have the guys on your team or know who's going to make the team or be cut? Like, is a meaningless game versus preseason game number 3 really going to be the deciding factor in what or who makes a team or not? I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't think it does, because when we look at who's going to be cut, you'll probably see everyone who played in this game, sans DeVito, Neal, and Schmitz, and Azudu. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the preseason. And on vacation this week, but we'll see what we can get done. Also, just want to enjoy it, some family time. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day, y'all.